Death Proof. What's going on, everybody? I know it's been a while since my last Tarantino review, but I just saw Death Proof a couple days ago, and I'm finally available to shoot a review. I just did a review for Scary Stories. I couldn't even review that one right away. I saw it Thursday night. I'm recording this Saturday morning. But I watched the Grindhouse version with Planet Terror, and I went from Planet Terror, and I was having a good time, and it was over the top, it was corny, I knew what it was bloody as hell. It had Tom Savini, Michael something, I don't know, my dad. I was watching it with my dad. He knew who the guy was, I didn't. I think, like, the guy who played John Connor's dad from Terminator 1, he was in here, apparently. But there's all these big names, and it's bloody as hell. It's a great ride. You got a chick with a gun leg. Pfft. Great stuff. Alright, can't wait for the second movie by Tarantino. So you start the second movie, and I just wanted to fall asleep. Death Proof was just a major disappointment. I don't even remember this movie. It was like watching it for the first time. I know I've seen it at some point. Maybe 10 years ago I saw it. But don't fucking remember it. Especially Planet Terror. So it was like a first time experience again, which is always fun to watch a movie for the first time twice. But today I was like, alright, so Tarantino film, it's gonna be great. No. This is probably one of those instances where Robert Rodriguez really outshines Tarantino, which I was not expecting that. The things that are usually great about a Tarantino film are what is wrong and bad about this movie. This movie must have been written by Tarantino like overnight or like just in one fucking week, and it's just like he was typing and just didn't stop typing. Like, I can't stop typing. If I stop, that's when the movie stops. We get Kurt Russell, that's one positive. We get Mary Elizabeth Winstead, that's one positive, because this is right off the heels of Final Destination 3 and Black Christmas and Live Free or Die Hard, but guess what? She's fucking wasted. She's not used in this film at all. Like, what the fuck is she for? She says probably 4 sentences, and they're like John Wick sentences, where they're like very short. There's not much to them, and she'll just like blurt in like, "Oh, I didn't know," and then she's gone again. Wait, who was that? Oh, I forgot her name, because she's not in this movie. And the other positive I can give this movie is that there's a gory ass death scene that kind of like rips off. No, it doesn't rip off. Saw 3D is after this, but there's like a car crash, and it's like it rewinds, or like it just it replays the crash from like 4 different angles to show you how each person in that car died. One goes right out the fucking window, and the other one just kind of just hits the steering wheel, or and then the other one has their leg out the window, and her leg goes flying out. In that moment, I was like, "Ha! That's what you get, you bitch!" Because throughout the whole movie, she kept driving around with her leg out the window so she can shove her feet out and expose it to the world, because everyone has to look at her feet, because this is a Tarantino movie. This movie opens up with feet, and I despise people like that. Alright, there's a couple of people in this world who I despise. People who refuse to use sidewalks, you know who you are, and people who shove their feet out in the onto the dash or out the window. Keep your feet inside, bitch. It's like a roller coaster. Keep arms and legs inside. So it was poetic justice to see that bitch's leg fly off. Like, you can't stick your feet out no more, can you? But then the best one was the chick who wasn't that pretty before, but she ain't pretty now. She's got the tire that just goes right over her face, and it's like burning out on her face. Just takes her face right off. Clean off. Just like in Saw 3D. So that's why I was saying that earlier. But Saw 3D was after this, and it's much gorier in that one, not this one. And you get interesting car chase at the end that goes on for a little too long, but other than that, this movie's fucking boring. So this movie has no plot. There's a con. It's kind of like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, except that was more interesting. The characters were better, so I had something to grab onto in that movie. And this one, I'm like, what the fuck's going on? We got 4 people, these 4 women, and they're just talking. And they're talking. And this one's talking. And then this one's talking. And then by the end of the movie, you're like, I don't know who those people were. No matter how much they say, you don't know who the fuck they are. I think one of them was a DJ. One of them was... And this is just the first group. There's 2 groups in this movie. You got the first group. One of them's the DJ who likes to stick her feet out the window because she's a bitch. And then you got another one who does lap dances or something. I don't know. See, I just don't freaking know. And then you get the other 2, and they die. I don't know what they do for a living. I don't know what their favorite color is. I don't know who the hell they are. I just know they're friends because I'm told they're friends. And they're just talking and talking and talking, and I'm just bored out of my fucking mind. I had to like start looking at my cell phone. I don't do that usually when I'm watching movies. I try to pay attention, but there's nothing to pay attention to. I was semi-impressed with the fact that there was one scene. It's not a good scene, but I was impressed. I shit you not, the shot went on for like a good 8 to 10 minutes. It didn't cut once. It just kept going around the table. And they just kept talking and talking. And then one after the other, they just kept talking. And for 10 minutes straight and just kept going. But the whole movie, what's the plot? It's about Stuntman Mike, played by Kurt Russell, who's a fucking maniac. And he likes to just pick targets out randomly, like Michael Myers, and crash into them with his stunt car. That's it. So he kills Group A. And then we meet Group B that has Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who is so useless that they even like leave her behind. They're like, all right, have a good day, we're leaving you. And Group B has 2 or 3, possibly 3 stunt women in it. And one of them is Zoe Bell, who is an actual stunt woman in real life, and she does stunt work for almost every Tarantino film. She was the stunt woman for Uma Thurman in Kill Bill, and she even has a role in a cameo in Django Unchained and Hateful Eight. But she's in here playing herself, so it's meta, I guess. This is taking place in the real world, supposedly, which doesn't make sense. So this woman actually exists as herself in this movie, but whatever her face's name is, I forget it now, but she's in Men in Black 2. She's not herself, she's a stunt woman. And then this bitch who won't shut the hell up. She says motherfucker like 50 times, and I just want to slap her. Motherfucker, it was like every other word. Like, just get this motherfucker. Let's hit him with our car, fucker. Like, you think I cuss a lot? This woman would not shut the fuck up. But yeah, and then at the end of the movie, they make Kurt Russell look like a little pansy, which I guess is funny, and they kick his ass over and over and over again, which is just unrealistic. I mean, if you got punched a few times in the face, you're going to the ground, but he just keeps standing up, getting his ass kicked more and more. But whatever, I'm done ranting about this movie. I did not enjoy it at all, and I've heard from a lot of people that this is the worst, but I've heard some people put it at like the middle of their Tarantino list. I don't see what's so great about it. The dialogue was poor. There's no tension, there's no great characters, there's no good comedy, there's no real good action until like the last 15-20 minutes of this hour and 40-minute movie. So it's like, it's not a journey that's going like a fun journey to that place, you know? It's not like it makes it like worth it at the end. It's not enough to make all that worth it. Like that last third is not enough to be like, okay, I forgive you for all that shit. I hear a lot of people say there's not a single bad Tarantino film, but I hate to break it to you, this is it. So when it comes to Death Proof, to me, this movie was just wasted time. I'm not going to cut Tarantino slack and be like, well, maybe see it, Redbox, I'll give him a higher rating because he's Tarantino. No, this movie sucked, okay? I'm going to be brutally honest. It was not fun at all. There's nothing to gain from this experience. That's just my opinion, alright? Just mine. But what did you think about it? Is this your favorite? Your least favorite? Do you prefer over Planet Terror? Explain yourself to me. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Hit this like button to support it and share it with all your friends if you wish to do so. Keep an eye out for upcoming Tarantino film reviews. I got Inglourious Basterds and Hateful Eight and Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs to do still. Haven't seen Jackie Brown. I heard it's the worst of the bunch. And after watching Death Proof, I'm not going to waste any time or money on that one. But I will try to get to the other 4 in the meantime by the end of the month. So keep an eye out for that. And if you wish to become a subscriber, if you're not one already, you can do so just by clicking my cartoon face in about 5 seconds. And until next time, Auf Wiedersehen.